வணக்கம். இன்னைக்கு வந்து நான் கத்திரிக்காய் கார குழம்பு பண்ண போகிறேன். கத்திரிக்காய் குழம்பு கூட சொல்லலாம். இங்கிலீஷில் சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா ஸ்பைசி brinjal curry. Alright. I'll just go through what we need essentially quickly. அதுக்கு மற்றெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு you just watch when I'm doing it as we go through as usual. Chilli powder, tumeric powder, sambar powder. Yeah, this is pretty elaborate. This is not one of those quick தயிர் சாதம் தாளிச்ச தயிர் ஃப்ரைட் கர்ட் ரைஸ்லாம் கிடையாது. ஸோ you need a lot of stuff. Coriander powder, hing, பெருங்காயம், that is, and obviously ஒரு medium sized வெங்காயம் finely sliced like this and chopped like this, curry leaves, ஒரு garlic, ஒரு 5 cloves வெட்டினது, 2 வரமிளகாய், that is dry chillies, and just 1 green chilli. It's actually optional. And just a bit of jaggery because it's going to be spicy, so it's optional though. I mean, if you want to add jaggery, you can add it. If you don't. But don't add sugar. If you don't have jaggery, don't add it. That's it. Don't add sugar. Jaggery looks like this if you haven't seen it before. Mandavalla da veradum kediyadhu. And a bit of ginger extract. I'll get some more. I have 4 brinjals cut. I'm gonna show you how to cut it. Like, you should have this part of the brinjal left, alright? Don't remove it because it does give some sort of flavor. And if it's of this size, this is not really small, this is kind of medium size, I'd say. Make it into 6 slices. Some people actually cut it horizontally, like circularly, like this. But I don't really prefer that because I want this portion to be there in each and every piece. So I suggest you do it there. Can you use eggplants? Maybe. Eggplants are kind of huge and I don't know if you will get the same flavor. This is Indian brinjal. You don't call it eggplant really. Eggplants are humongous. So you have it cut like this. And even though it's brinjal curry, we're gonna add some drumsticks because it does give some flavor, and I like drumsticks. I love actually drumsticks. I'll tell you how to cut it. I already have these cut, but I'll show you how to cut it. You don't have it like this. Now doing so kind of opens it up a bit, just so that it can suck in more flavor than it usually does. Right? So if you have a look at it, you can see that it's kind of white. Now that portion is going to let more flavor get into it. So that's about all these things that we're going to add. And yeah, we do have curry powder here, and we're going to add some stuff from here, cumin seeds and fenugreek, that is vendayam. Alright, let me get started. I forgot to mention one more thing. We're going to add this much amount of paste, tamarind paste, and it's going to be liquefied. I'm going to put it in hot water and kind of mix it up, but essentially it's this measure, or its equivalent would be, let's say, a lemon-sized tamarind. Soak it in water and just extract the pulp as usual. Okay, there are 3 parts to making a good brinjal curry. Alright, first part is to have a curry mixture, and that's what we're going to do right now. We have a small pan. We're going to pour in some oil. It could be any oil, but I'm going to use sesame oil. By the way, we're going to use a lot of oil in this, alright? So be aware of that. Okay. Oh, it's hot, so that's about 1 teaspoon of channa daal. Daal. It's just a bloody Hindi word. It's got into English and you don't know how to pronounce it. Parpu. Adha. ஒரு டேபிள் ஸ்பூன் பருப்பு, கடலைப்பருப்பு. என்ன பருப்புன்னு கேட்குறேன்? கடலைப்பருப்பு. அப்புறம் சின்ன பெஞ்ச் உளுந்து. You can make it a little larger. That's fine. This is nothing like that I've cooked before. I mean, that I've shown before. So எல்லாம் ஒரே மாதிரி தான் நினச்சிங்கன்னா it's not. Break in red chillies. green chilies. Big onion, right? Not a slice one. Chop it. I know. By the way, channa that has been roasted already, right? So, quite good. Kathirikkai நான் போக்கே சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேன் guys. So, வணக்கம் முன்னாடி. Just for about a minute. Medium heat. Full heat like பண்ணீங்கன்னா வந்து you get burnt. So, do it medium heat. இன்னும் அவசரமே இல்லை. This is just a part of it, right? And then half teaspoon turmeric. Just a pinch of Brinjal, hing. And then 1.5 teaspoon of samba powder. If you look at it, it's quite dry, right? That's the way it should be. Can increase the heat slightly because we're gonna add tomatoes. 1, 2, and a little more. That's it. கொஞ்சம் வேலை ஜாஸ்தி இது கறிக்குழம்போட இது கொஞ்சம் வேலை ஜாஸ்தி. Let this keep happening for maybe another 2 minutes, right? Yeah, 2 நிமிஷம் ஆயிடுச்சு. 2 நிமிஷத்துல வந்து ஒரு தக்காளி வந்து குத்தி விட்டு வந்திருக்கேன். So for 2 minutes you'll get it like this. Then we're gonna add some shredded coconut. திருவண்ண தாங்க வச்சிருப்பானுங்க. So I can add some salt. That's tamarind. Liquefied tamarind paste. Okay, bring it to slim, 4 on 10. Alright, let this keep happening. Meanwhile, let's get this started. But we have the pan hot. I'll pour in a lot of oil actually. That's about 1.5 teaspoon. And some more sesame oil just to give it some flavor. By the way, I've turned it off. I mean, we're not trying to cook this mixture. Yeah, kind of cooked, but half cooked, alright? So after pouring the tamarind, this was in moderate heat for about 3 minutes and then I turned it off, right? So you do that too. So the oil's hot. What I'm going to do now is transfer all brinjal there like that. Now we're gonna add some chili powder. That's about a pinch. Let's go for another one. Okay. And Just coriander. That's about 2 pinches. Let's bring it to moderate heat. And okay, this is a special masala that's actually meant for stuff like this, but if you don't have it, it's fine. You can just stop with chili powder and coriander and curry powder. But I'm going to add this. That's about a pinch. And I'm also going to add regular curry powder. This one's spicy, man, really spicy. That's why you're adding jaggery, to bring it down. But if you like it like that, you know, with awful lot of spice, don't even think about adding jaggery. But you will know, I mean. So just keep doing this in moderate heat for about 3 minutes maybe, yeah. Not 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, yeah. Sure, yeah, 5 minutes, sure. Some salt too. Just a little, you know, be careful about the amount of salt you're adding. You can always add salt, but you can never remove salt unless you water it up, which you don't want to do. Let me tell you something. Brinjal gets cooked really faster than drumsticks, so you can microwave the drumstick just for maybe 30 or 1 minute. You know, that will kind of bring it to the same mode in which these two will cook together. You know, just so that, you know, you have both cooked at the same level or same texture. But obviously these are different vegetables, so you can never know what's equal. So, but I would suggest that you microwave it for at least a minute or 30 seconds. ரொம்ப இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசுற தமிழ்ல பேசுறீங்களா? என்ன பண்றது, நமக்கு இன்டர்நேஷனல் ஆடியன்ஸ் ஜாஸ்தியா போயிட்டாங்க. I'd spread like this, you know, just so that like all pieces have at least some part of it touching the pan, and bring it down to maybe 4 on 10. We're gonna make this into a paste. All right. Remember this? We had this. All right. We're gonna make it into a paste. Okay. Stove's still on. I'm gonna turn it off. And so we have dry roasted it for just about 8 to 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes. Yeah, sure. And we have ground that mixture into a very coarse paste, not a fine paste, but a coarse paste. Right. So let's move on to the third step. So here we begin the third step. Third step is something that we've seen quite a few times, so shouldn't be difficult. Once again, just about a teaspoon of oil, maybe a little more, teaspoon and a half. Just a bit of sesame oil. I'll tell you, this one has a lot of oil, man. Okay, as it heats up, gonna add some fenugreek seeds, and there, just a little. That's a little too much. Yeah, there, that's a pinch. So maybe a little more would do, actually. Yep, there. Then cumin seeds, siragam. That's about a teaspoon. Okay, that's more than a teaspoon, so I'm going to save this. Bring it down the temperature. Mustard seeds. That's about a little less than a teaspoon. And then garlic. The rest of it, nothing new. Chillies. And onion. lost battery when I was recording the last step, so I have added 2 cloves and a bit of cinnamon sticks, just 2-3 cinnamon sticks, right? So we fried the oil, we've added chili, and we're going to add some more turmeric powder, just a bit. We can add this. Tomatoes, the microwaved drumsticks, and the ground paste. They all go in. Mix it up some water, and I'm going to add that too. Don't add too much water though, just be careful of how much water you're adding. Yep, you can add the whole thing. That's it. You can add some more water actually. Yep, that should be it. Yep. It's been 15 minutes and it's well done. Yep. It's exactly the texture that we desire. So yeah, I have the stove turned off and you can garnish it with a bit of cilantro, kotamari. But if you don't like cilantro, don't do it. You know, if you don't like cilantro, don't do it. That's pretty much done. I'll just serve and show how to eat it.